Hey guys, long time no see. Prepper Madness back at you here. Uh, I haven't been able to really have the time or the energy to get on YouTube over the past few months. I'd like to apologize for that. Been very busy. I've been out falling danger trees in people's yards, uh, breaking horses. I even worked for a wilderness guide out in the Rockies, west of here, for a short time as a wrangler, um, with the pack trains and stuff like that. Very exhausting work. Very exhausting. And of course, when I do get the chance, I come over here to the shop and pump out knives and send them over to Will at just in time prepping. Okay, so what I'm gonna show you guys today is some more of the cutlery work, knives that is, that I've been working on here in my spare time. And yeah, without further ado, let's do this. All right, so I'll show you a few of the knives in various states of finish. So what I got here is this piece here. This is a piece of L6, or this is made from a piece of L6 rather. This nice little knife. I don't know if you can see the grain in the handle. It's very pretty. Burled Maple. Okay, that's not done yet. Yeah, still got quite a bit of work to do on that. This is a piece of 1085. Alright. I'm going to show you the materials that I use here shortly, right at the end of this video. That one still has to be finished too. There's lots of scratches in the blade. And of course, got a rasp bushcrafter general purpose kind of knife right here. Very nice steel, 1075, very durable. This one here is another piece of L6 out of a saw blade. Very pretty knife. This thing is just about ready for handles, or scales rather. Now this baby here, this is a monster. Okay, this thing here, let's see if I can get it all in the camera here properly. It's pretty big. This is a Bowie style knife that I'm making to enter into an amateur craftsman's contest at our local rodeo, middle of August. And I'm just slowly working on it and taking my time. It's got a 10-inch blade. It's made from spring steel. If I don't sell it there, then I'm going to send it off to Will. Okay, you can see that steel bolsters and steel hand-forged handguard or hilt. Okay. And of course, I made a chef's knife also out of L6 tool steel. I'm trying to hit it so the glare from the window doesn't bother it. Got to do a little more shining on this. It's actually this blade here turned out really well. I'm liking it. What was the size on this? Yeah, it was a 12-inch. Yeah, 12-inch or 11.5-inch blade on this one, I think. Hold still. No, sorry, it's a 10. This one was a 10.25-inch blade. This one here. So yeah, it's another big long knife. Okay. And L6 steel tends to hold its edge very well. It's one of my favorite knife making steels. Of course, I've got a few kitchen knives here that I'm slowly working on. This one here is hand forged out of a plow disc, and that's also a 1080 steel. Very nice and hard. Carbon steel, so you'd have to keep it clean. That one's not, I haven't even drilled the holes for the scales yet. And of course another one right here. This one is also, yeah, plow. This one's also made out of a plow disc. And of course some more rasp knives, roughed out, getting ready for hardening. And another little camp knife. This one here is, yeah, this one here is made from a plow disc also. Very nice steel. I like this stuff. As long as you get the heat treat right on it, it's a nice durable steel. A little over 1/8 of an inch thick, not quite 3/16. So, trying not to make this too boring of a video, but I am still just a little exhausted. Over in the back here, I'm just going to show you some of the woods that I use for scales. So this is a burled maple right here. A friend of mine and myself cut a whole pile of them up. Here is another example of some burled maple. I'm trying to show you the grain in that, if I can. You guys can see that beautiful grain. This wood here is going to go on that chef's knife. Of course, I also use oak once in a while. I like oak. And of course, my old standby of very well seasoned birch, white birch, that a friend of mine and myself actually went out and cut a tree down, milled it up, and and I have a few blocks of it that have been sitting in my basement for, geez, it's got to be close on to 10 years, and they haven't cracked or nothing. They're very well seasoned, very nice wood. Of course, this is a piece of lace wood right here. I was thinking of using this on the Bowie handle, but yeah, it should do the trick. But it might be a little dark for that knife. What's the other one? Yeah, right here. And some tiger wood. Kind of a neat grain in that. I believe this is from an imported wood from Africa. I've used several pieces of that on some of my earlier knives. Yeah. So that's about it for showing off the knives and everything. I think later on here I'll do a video on, oh, I may as well just build a knife. I wanted to make a few more here for the rodeo anyhow, so I'll pop outside right now and show you guys the material, the raw material that this all comes out of. Alright, talk to you in just a sec. So right here you have what I use as the raw materials. This is just all salvage, or in the knife making world, blacksmith world, they call this junk steel. Okay. All right. Generally there's nothing wrong with it. What you have to be able to do though is you have to be able to identify. You have to be able to identify what exactly it is that the material is made from and its properties, right? So as you can see, there's the big saw blade right here. You can see the teeth on it. I just picked that up actually from an older gentleman nearby, and this right here is part of a plow disc. Now, one of the things you're going to have to look for is all these stress points. Can you see them on the camera? Yeah, I think you can. I'll get my shadow out of there. Alright, you can see where it's hit something really hard and it's got jammed in it, and it tore it all up right here. So there's more than likely some stress cracks here. there's a small impression up here, which I'm not too worried about, but it does interfere with the forging, and this edge right here is a little thinner than over here. So most likely I'm just going to cut this like that across there, and then across here to get rid of any micro cracks that may show up. And of course, you guys have all seen this before. This is a leaf spring, and that's what I make those big cleavers out of. Right here, a Farrier's rasp. All right, so you get a nice 1075, 1070 steel out of it by the time you're done heat treating, or equivalent rather. This right here, I believe they call this an E-clip. It's off the railway tracks. Used to hold. I think they use it at crossings as extra support. But this turns out to be, after a little bit of research on it, it looks like it's a 1085. Okay, and I do know when I'm forging these out, that one knife in there that had the handle taped up on it, that's what this is made out of. This steel gets incredibly hard, holds a very nice edge, and surprisingly enough, when it's forged down to the same dimensions as this rasp, it's actually lighter. So I like it. And right here are some old junk files I found at the dump. You'll get them, usually I can get these, depending on the make, usually I can get these heat treated to a between 1085 and 1090 hardness. Very nice to use. However, these ones are half rounds, so it takes a little bit more, and you gotta flatten out that half round, and you actually get a little more steel out of it that way, it seems to me. Okay guys, that's about it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll get on to making another video here. We'll do a knife right from scratch. Okay, so I'll pick one of these out. I think we'll do a stock removal first. I'm kind of wanting to do stock removal. Let's do a rasp knife. Alright, I'll talk to you guys a bit later. I'll probably have at least part one of the knife stock removal rasp knife up by tomorrow. I'm going to have this one up tonight, later on when I get in. Okay, you guys have a great time. Take care. Bye.